Welcome back. Welcome back to Young Tripp Reactions.
You're watching Young Tripp Reactions, the show where rapper Young Tripp reacts to the latest videos on crime, drama, news, and so much more. Get ready, because the show's about to start. Let's go.
And that's the part that really ticks me off. The fact that she has a disability and they allow this mess to go down. Regardless of a disability, this should not be happening. But the fact that she has an intellectual disability and these uncivilized mutt parents allowed this mess to go down. That's why they're on Young Tripp Reactions. What do you mean it isn't the first time? Bruh. $500,000 to join a club. Come on now, man. That club better have everything in it to pay that much money. Come and smoke some meth with me. He told minor children that. You know he said more if he said that, y'all. This relative was defending his family. And he's sitting in jail. You know me as an activist that I have to react to something like this. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Tripp family. If you have any videos that you run across that fit the channel, post them in my community tab or send it to me over on Instagram. If you have anything personal that you have going on that you may want me to bring some more awareness to, send me a direct message over on Instagram and we can see if it fits the channel or fits something that I want to bring awareness to.
You can also send those things to Young Tripp's Facebook, and make sure you follow him on both those things. All links will be below.
Insane. Absolutely insane. Such a damn shame. Peace. Let's get into this. Welcome back to Young Tripp Reactions. The next video we're gonna do is You're Not Getting with a Millionaire. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, join the Young Tripp family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me over through my professional FB or my professional Instagram. If you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights involving you, a friend, or a loved one, send that to me through direct message over on my professional FB or my professional Instagram as well. Let me know about the activists that are involved, where I can join them in the fight for justice for you and your loved one or your loved one. Also, let me know about the civil rights attorneys involved, similar to Ben Crump or Ben Crump himself. Also, let me know if it does involve a friend or a relative, that hopefully that the police did not do the unthinkable to them. If they did, you can come on and speak for them as a relative or friend. If they are still here and that the police did not do the unthinkable to them, see if they want to come on, tell their story, to give their side of the story about what happened. If they don't want to come on, you can still come on and tell the story for them if that's what they want you to do. Or you can relay the information to me and I can get it out there what you guys want out there, plus pull the public information as well. Also, make sure you come follow me over on my professional FB and my professional Instagram, because I post over there as well too. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family, and let's get into this.
Okay, so for the women who are looking for a rich man who makes $80,000 a month because they want Chanel's and Birkins, let me break this down to you this way, right? In America, I'm not talking about other parts of the world, in America, there are 23 million men who are millionaires. 20 of them, 20 million of those millionaires are married. Okay? The other 3 million are single. But you guys are not just looking for a millionaire. There are so many things on your checklist that needs to add up for you to be with a millionaire. You want tall, dark, handsome, funny. You want him to be loyal. You want him to buy you everything. You want to be with a millionaire who doesn't allow you to work, who's going to get you a maid and cook and everything that, so you can live this lavish life. That is not realistic.
And she is absolutely right. That is not realistic. A lot of women want a person where they walk in and everything is already made for them. So he already has his house, cars, money, jewelry, everything. And he can just buy you everything on top of it as well. And you just walk in and it's already built and made, versus you building things with the person. I kind of talked about this in other videos, that it's always better to get with someone and build with them versus walking in and it's already put together. As my example that I used in another video, it's like if somebody delivers a table to your house, right? Or they're delivering furniture to your new house, right? Let's say your dining room table, right? And they deliver it and they set everything up, the chairs, the table, the legs, and everything is already on there. They just put the table in there. Then they leave and then you call and saying they broke your leg off the table. They say, no, we didn't. You think you're going to get anything out of that? Nope. Because it was already built. They came in, they put the legs on it, set it all up. They made sure everything was right. Versus if you get it delivered and the legs aren't on it, and then you take the time and put the legs on it, then you say, hey, when I opened up the packaging or stuff or whatever, or opened up the box, one of the legs was broken. Then what can they say? Nothing. They have to maybe send you another set, send somebody out to help you put it together or something like that, because it was already broken. So the same thing when you build something with somebody, so you get together with them and they're like in high school, college, or even if they're older, even if they're already adults, if you build with them, then it's more likely that the relationship will work, that it will be more successful, that things will go good. Not all the time, but it's highly more likely. Just like the same thing, like if you get with somebody that would be good for you and you stay together and raise your kids in a 2-parent household, and how we get into the statistics of kids that are raised in biological parent, 2-parent households, less likely to go to jail, less likely to have student loans, less likely to, have all those different, things when you look at the statistics, right? The same thing if you get with somebody when they don't really have nothing and then you build with them, but most women don't really understand that. Men understand that, but women don't understand that. And that's how they want to walk in and everything is built and everything is rainbows and gumdrops, 6 feet, 6 feet tall, and living like a Lifetime movie, as I like to call it. Because when you watch those Lifetime movies, I watch quite a bit of them. You see the dude's tall, dark, handsome. He's 6 feet tall, white picket fence life. And a lot of these women want that rainbows and gumdrops type of life. Instead of actually building something, they want it to be like a Lifetime movie, what they see on TV, and that's not really realistic. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. And it doesn't even have to be necessarily connected to a millionaire. It could just be a guy that, I want the guy that works at Ford versus the guy that, and he's a supervisor there, versus the guy at Ford who's just on the floor. Let's continue. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family.
Okay, work, who's going to get you a maid and a cook and everything that, so you can live this lavish life. That is not realistic. Okay, I think a lot of women fail to realize that the men who are millionaires are with women who are working. I think we watch social media and we think, hey, everyone's living a soft life. Who are with these rich men? No.
Prefer a GLP-1
Advertising,
pill
yeah.
to lose weight? So I never intended to be super skinny. I've always been a
money that you bring in a lot of things, and let me add some additional.
Everyone's living a soft life. Who are with these rich men? No.
She's right about a lot of things, and let me add some additional context. When they say millionaire, right, this is not the amount of money that you bring in on a regular basis. We're talking about net worth. And in order to be a millionaire, you just have to have a net worth north of $1 million, right? And that could be a combination of assets, including your house, along with jewelry, along with your 401k, along with a lot of different things. And the majority of millionaires are not the type of millionaires to where they're generating $100,000 a month, $80,000 a month, $200,000 a month, right? They don't have that type of income. And the ones that do have that type of income, most times they are athletes, and it has a shorter window and a shorter span of how long they're going to be going to get that type of money. So when we having these conversations, I need y'all to understand, if you're not a scammer, right? If you're not out here doing credit card fraud and doing all of this other type of stuff, which even that has a short shelf life, right? And drugs is out of the question. That's completely dead. There's a very, very, very small pool of people, even though there's new millionaires made every day, there is a very small pool of people like this that generates the type of revenue that allows for you to live this extraordinary, extravagant lifestyle on a regular basis. And then you add on top what she's talking about, because they usually do have people that is productive in their lives. And we've sensationalized it on TV. They've sensationalized it with these different shows. They sensationalizing it with when it comes to social media and the different types of conversations that's being had. And it's just unrealistic. And then I'll throw one more caveat in there for you before I watch the rest of the video. A lot of them, the women that they wind up being with are women that they've known for a long time prior to, because most of them are self-made, prior to them becoming a millionaire. So when you throw that in there, and that's why a lot of girls try to get with guys in college and all of that stuff based off of potential, even though the world tells you don't make date based off of the potential. There's a lot of women that actually have known the guys that they're getting into a relationship with prior to them becoming ultra successful. You're supposed to be poor when you're in your early 20s. You're supposed to be a little bit, a little dusty when it comes to your pocketbook when you're in your mid-20s. Most guys, and that's why their runway is so long, don't even get to the apex of their earning potential until they're in their late 50s, early 60s. So when y'all having these conversations, and I know that people are shallow, they don't look for good character, they don't try to figure out whether or not the person is God-fearing, they're not trying to figure out whether or not they're a good person and they're going to be a good father, and, if they're not going to beat on them or something like that. They're not checking that type of stuff, and so they don't have the time to authentically observe them without actually having some kind of interest in them. Because of that, you have all of these people keep trying to teach y'all on how to get these small group of guys that all are getting the same motion, and a lot of people just don't understand what that come along with. But I'm going to continue to break it down for you after she gets done.
If the woman's not...
Yeah, and Anton is definitely right. Most of them are with somebody they've known for a long time. Some of them are even with people that they've known either their entire lives or most of their lives, maybe even like high school sweethearts or college sweethearts, or even younger than that, middle school sweethearts, or even elementary, things like that. They are not just out here just being single and not kicking it with nobody. Most of the time they are kicking it with somebody, and there is a very few who is absolutely single where you can just come in and be a part of their lives, and I don't even think they're going to let you get too close without really knowing what your intentions really are, because of how they've been, how they manage their money, how their money is. They're not just blowing money here left and right like you think. That's not what real millionaire life is like. But a lot of people think that it is. You have to, they built what they built, and they're not just going to let somebody storm in and just mess it all up. So for people who keep thinking this, that they're going to eventually live a lifetime movie life, yeah, you might want to think again. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. Let's continue.
Same motion in them. Because of that, you have all of these people keep trying to teach y'all on how to get these small group of guys that all are getting the same motion, and a lot of people just don't understand what that come along with. But I'm going to continue to break it down for you after she gets done.
If that woman's not working, that woman is extremely intelligent. They have degrees and stuff like that, and they are contributing to that household in some type of way. They're helping that man run his businesses. Okay? These men don't just pick anybody. And a lot of the times I've noticed with wealthy men, they are looking for petite, skinny women. They don't want and no shade on women with BBL and stuff like that, but that's not the type of woman that you typically find those men. Now, we can go to a whole nother topic about how men are going to cheat regardless. They might cheat with somebody like that, but that's not the woman that they want to know. And
Your family may be owed
Advertising,
thousands
y'all.
in social media compensation in 2026. Find out now in 30 seconds.
we can go to a whole nother topic about how men are going to cheat regardless. They might cheat with somebody like that, but that's not the woman that they want to know. And
Let's back up for a second. She cooking. Because what she's basically saying is, just because he'll bust you down does not mean that he's going to marry you. And I'm not going to get into the aesthetic.
But, yep, before I even let Anton continue, she is absolutely right, though. That doesn't mean that. Just because he'll be willing to bust you down doesn't mean that he's going to marry you, he's going to get you pregnant, or anything like that to make it where you have access to his resources and his finances. Think again. Because those dudes usually, they already know exactly of everything that you're looking for and what you want. So they're already going to be strapped up. They're going to have everything for you and everything for themselves to prevent making sure that you don't be a part of their lives forever. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. Let's continue.
Because I think that, because what she's basically saying is, just because he'll bust you down does not mean that he's going to marry you. And I'm not going to get into the aesthetics because I think that, you know, every guy got their preferences, whatever, so on and so forth. That's not the conversation. What she's saying is the thing that they marry is much different, or the personality type and all of the different characteristics that come along with what marriage looks like for guys, depending on what profession and where they come from and what their family like. The guys that are in these spaces, they're very careful about the people that they marry versus the people that they'll buzz down. And let's be clear, a lot of guys will do a lot of things with a lot of different people. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that that's the thing that they're looking for as far as taking it home to mama. Nah.
back to wanting a millionaire guy. Not all millionaires are attractive according to societal standards. Okay, so I mean, there are guys who have money. They can have money, but they're just not attractive. You're not gonna want to be with them. But I also want to take that back, because there are women who will sleep with men regardless of what they look like, just for money. I've witnessed it, and with my own two eyes, and
They'll do it for clout. Ain't even got to be for money. It'd be for clout.
when it comes to money, sometimes, and this is not all women, I'm talking to women who really are chasing the bag. It don't matter what that man look like, what his breath smell like, how big he is, none of that stuff. Whether his thing is small, it don't matter. When it comes to money, that's all they see, dollar signs. So But as far as those men making you wives, they might spend some money on you. They will never make you a wife. Because even with a man, we are all human. They can see through people sometimes. They can see when a woman's using them, and men are going to use you too.
They can see through it all the time. What you think that just because you cute that he can't tell exactly what you there for? You think he's stupid? You think that a lot of these guys got to the point to where they got to? And again, I'm not talking about a dumb athlete or a rapper or something like that. You think that these guys got to and was able to sustain this level of wealth by being just completely oblivious to what's going on in life?
A lot of women think that, hey, I'm using him to get his money. That dude using you for your body. He can move on to the next person and do the exact same thing. So back to my original topic. If there's only 3 million 3 million millionaires in America, and there's 323 million people here, what are your chances of being with somebody who's a millionaire?
I think that's a good analogy to look at it, but I just think that we've gotten so far away from teaching people or trying to convince people or communicating to people or trying to influence people to just find somebody that you equally yoked with and run it up. Have a good time, enjoy life. Every single thing isn't about money. Money is important because it allows for us to feed our families and, purchase things that otherwise, we would have to kill each other for. But the fact of the matter is, there's other factors that go into it except more than just what you're willing to sacrifice from your body to be with somebody that has a couple resources. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. T. Gently, 40% off your first order, 20% off of life. I love you. I appreciate you. Stay safe, y'all.
Yeah, she made some good points, but people aren't really going to listen. They're going to continue to want that fantasy Lifetime movie life. What we watch on Lifetime: tall, dark, handsome, not want to get with nobody equally yoked, like Anton was talking about. We want to just match everything based off of money, finances, not based off of connections or anything like that. But let me know what y'all think. I'll have the original video pinned at the top of the chat and a link in the description. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and join the Young Tripp family. If you have any videos that you run across that you want to hear me react to on the channel, post it in my community tab or send it to me over through direct message over on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Also, make sure you come follow me over on my professional FB and my professional Instagram as well too. If you have any situations involving police misconduct, injustice, violations of civil rights involving you, a friend, or a loved one, send that to me through direct message over on my professional FB or my professional Instagram. Let me know about the activists that are involved so I can join them in the fight for justice for you and your family or your family member or friend. Also, let me know if your family member or friend is, still here and not unalived, by the police due to the incident. Also, let me know that. If they are no longer here, then you could come on and speak for them, or you can, give me the information and I can speak on you guys' behalf if they don't want to come on and speak for themselves, or you don't want to come on and speak on their behalf. Also, let me know if there's a civil rights attorney involved similar to Ben Crump or Ben Crump himself. I think this lady made a lot of good points, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Enjoy the Young Tripp family. And yes, somebody's now mowing their yard, so I'm gonna go ahead and be done now. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.